Yo, 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 yo. What up, what up, what up, what up, what up, people? Welcome back to another edition of Mike on Sports. I am your host. I go by the name of Mike Gross, man. Big ups to that 501 and that 317, man. Y'all know how I get down. Little Rock, Indianapolis, we are in the motherfucking building. And I'm back with another, man, quick little report show, but it's an interesting report, man. Bob Arum stands by his comments, say he is not interested in promoting any Crawford fights. I've taken it off my agenda. I'm too emotional. These are all quotes coming from Bob Arum. So we'll get into that article from Dan Rafael of the BoxingScene. But y'all put y'all seatbelt on, man. Get ready and get whatever you got to get. Get you some drink, some chips, get your popcorn ready, whatever you got to get. And come back for Mike on Sports. Yes, sir.
Sometimes you got to give people their flowers. While they can still smell them. Mark Nash. Michael Gross, the boss. My nigga. My brother. Let's get this done, Mike. We all love sports, right? Mike Gross, the boss. This is Mike on Sports. He smoke competition, same time smoke a port. When it comes to debating, he's one of the greatest. Put him on the A-list over Kellerman and Bayless. If you missed the show, couldn't make it, just log on and click the playlist. That boy always working, not to be played with. Hit subscribe and the bell for the latest. Mike Gross, the boss. Mike on Sports. Right there from first bell, tip up and coin toss. Mike Gross, the boss. Mike on Sports. He call it how he see it. Either you won or you lost. Big games, big fights, rolling dubs up. You like the content, hater? Click the thumbs up. Cashapp, super chat, go all in. But do your research first before you call in.
Been waiting on. Yes, I am back. I am back. I am back. I am back. Yes, sir. I am back. I am back. I am back. I am back. What's going on out there, man? Shout out to everybody out in the chat, man. I appreciate you guys joining Mike on Sports, man. Bruh, man, Bob Arum is really not caring what anybody says or what anybody thinks. He is doubling down on a lot of things. Yeah, I didn't see how. And it's kind of alarming. You know what I'm saying? Like Bob really not giving a damn. And I mean that with sincerity. Like he coming out and saying shit that got me at a loss for words. Really has me at a loss for words. You know what I'm saying? But I wanna take it back, man. I want to take it back and I just want to like think like, bro, how did we get here, Bob? How did we get here? I'm not understanding how we got to the point that we're at this very precise moment. Because it felt like after the Brook fight, you was giving Crawford praise. You was giving Bud all kind of praise about how good he was, about how he'll beat Danny Garcia and Earl Spence in the same night, and those guys were running from him, and he is one of the best fighters, if not the best fighter in the world. Don't take my word for it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let Bob talk to you. I'm gonna let Bob tell you what he said.
Manny Pacquiao, Errol Spence. How do you make that happen?
Let me tell you something, and I mean this. Spence and Garcia are fighting December 5. If they really want to make a big pay-per-view, I'll put Terence Crawford in with both of them, one at a time, and he beat both of them the same night. He is far and away the best welterweight in the world. He goes back to the great welterweights like Ray Leonard and Tommy Hearns. He would have been competitive with them. The welterweights around now are not competitive with Terence Crawford.
And Bob, you know that what made that era great is that everybody fought everybody, and you were able to make the fights with the heavyweights, Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury, twice. Will we see Bud in the ring with Errol Spence in the near future?
Errol Spence will try to avoid Terence Crawford as long as he can because he knows he can't beat Terence Crawford. You saw the performance tonight. I mean, he'll take out Errol Spence in about the same number of rounds like he took out Kell Brook.
Now, we all want to see that fight. I know you want that fight. There was a lot written this week. Where are you, Terence, in terms of your future?
Well, I'm looking to secure a Pacquiao fight. You know, we was close to securing a Pacquiao fight prior to this fight, but being that the COVID, was getting out of hand, the fans couldn't attend the fight, so we had to put a halt to it, and that's when we decided to go with Kell Brook. He was the next available known welterweight that was available to fight. So now we're gonna go back to the drawing board and try to revisit that fight with Manny Pacquiao.
All right, man, you guys heard it, man. Like Bob was heaping a lot of praise on Terence Crawford. Bob was heaping a lot of praise. He was saying Terence would beat would beat Earl and Danny in the same night. He the best welterweight in the world. He would have been competitive. He would have been competitive with Sugar Ray Leonard and motherfucking Tommy Hitman Hearns. That's what Bob is saying. That's what Bob is saying. Now, let's get to the article, y'all. Yeah. Let's get to the article now. Remember what Bob said right after the fight. Now, this is what Bob has said lately. We're going to go out to the article right quick from BoxingScene, and the writer on the article is Dan Rafael. So, and this is a pretty long article. The title is Bob Arum, where Arum stands by Crawford comments, disinterested in promoting his fights. Top-ranked chairman Bob Arum has taken heat from the comments he recently made about losing money on welterweight world titleist Terence Crawford fights, and how Crawford, in his view, needs to do a better job bringing attention to himself. But Arum said he doesn't care about the criticism and stands by his comments. And I quote, "I don't give a shit," Arum told BoxingScene. "I don't care because what the Crawford camp did was reprehensible. The lawyer sent a letter to us. Okay, that's fine. That's what lawyers do. But you don't release it to the press. All of this should have been handled behind closed doors, like what men do." Ooh, like what men do. He poking. He poking. "I'm not going to take this shit. I'm just not going to do it because the truth is I've lost money with this guy." That's the first paragraph. Like we should have handled it behind closed doors like what men do. So Bob is insinuating that the Crawford camp released Crawford's contract to the media about when he was going to be a free agent. Maybe they were using it as a negotiating tactic. Bob, I'm going to get back to the article because I don't want to give out too much. Arum said he is upset because he believes that Brian McIntyre, Crawford's manager, and the trainer leaked details of Crawford's contract, including that his agreement with Top Rank expires in October of 2021, and that Arum had promised to pay Crawford $1 million if he didn't make an offer to 2020 to unified welterweight titleist Errol Spence Jr. to fight Crawford in advance of Crawford's fourth round KO or former titleist Kell Brook on November 14th at the Conference Center of the MGM Grand in Las Vegas. So, hey, man, you got to admire Crawford, man. You got to admire Crawford, bro. He had a stipulation. He had a stipulation, and COVID blessed him. That's why Bob losing money. Y'all got to learn how to read between the lines, baby. Let me paint the picture for you. Let me paint the picture for you right quick. So Terence Crawford had a stipulation in his contract that Bob Arum had to make a offer to a welterweight titleist Earl Spence in 2020. We all know Earl was coming off a car wreck, so that wasn't really going to happen. He had to get a get-back fight. Cool. But then the pandemic happened. So Crawford team like, damn, we still want that $1 million. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? I mean, if y'all got to take in consideration, what would y'all do? If that $1 million was on the table, how many people in my chat right now would turn that $1 million down? Would you turn that $1 million down that is owed to you based on your contract? Yes or no? Would you turn that $1 million down that is based in your contract for a offer to be made to Earl Spence? Would you turn that $1 million down? I'm not turning that shit down. Bob, you ain't do your job. I don't give a damn if Earl coming off a car wreck. You ain't do your job. The stipulation said you got to pay me no matter what. And you got, man, hey, that's true business right there, man. That's true business right there. And we see it all the time from corporations, from fucking big business. We see it all the time from big business. And when the athlete, whether it's the NFL, whether it's the NBA, whether it's Major League Baseball, whether it's boxing, when the shoe is on the other foot, and the athlete has the power, to recoup what is owed to him in his contract. Them athletes gonna recoup what is owed to him in his contract. And I don't want to hear Bob out here whining. That's on Bob. That ain't on us, Bob. That's why you can't buy that motherfucking house in Beverly Hills. You gotta pay Bud. That's why you can't buy that house in Beverly Hills. You gotta pay Bud. What up, Dark Nitro? All right, so Arum said he is angering him so much he isn't even interested in promoting future fights involving Crawford, one of boxing elite pound-for-pound fighters. Let me read that one more time. See, Bob bringing emotion into business. You ain't never supposed to bring emotion to business, baby. That's the first rule of business. Don't take it personal, baby. It's just what? Business. Smash that like button, man, because I'm trying to break down the truth to y'all right now. Let me break down the truth to you. Let me read that one more time. Arum said he has angered him so much he isn't even interested in promoting future fights involving Crawford, one of boxing elite pound-for-pound fighters. So you in your emotions so bad. You all in your feelings so tough that you don't even want to promote fights with the fighter no more. You don't even want to promote fighters with your best fighter no more. He got you in your feelings that. How much money did you lose, Bob? God damn. Bob out here mad. Oh, Bob ain't done. He said it will be another hit on my net worth. He said Bob taking money from his net worth, y'all. I don't think y'all hear what I'm saying right now, man. This shit right here, boy, this shit right here real. He said, It will be another hit on my net worth. Arum said, I'm being serious. I turned the whole project of Crawford over to top-ranked president Arum's stepson, Todd the Buff. I washed my hands of it. I'm too emotional about it. Oh, my God. First rule of business, man, don't get emotions involved. It's only business, baby. Bob, you live in Vegas, baby. Enjoy them laws up there in Vegas. Don't get your emotions involved. Get some of that Khalifa Kush. That Khalifa Kush gonna get you right. You ain't gonna give a fuck about nothing. You know what I'm saying? But hold on, man. Hold on, man. Let me go rewind one more time. He said he turned the whole project of Crawford over to his stepson, the top-ranked president, Todd the Buff. I washed my hands of it. I'm too emotional about it. There was this last kerfuffle with the Brook fight when he didn't sign the contracts, so we could promote on the Lomachenko Lopez telecast. I have long since departed working with Terence Crawford. So Bob saying Terence wouldn't even sign the contract so they could promote the fight. Damn. If that's true, shame on Terence. Shame on Terence, man. If that's true, shame on Terence. All right, let's finish up. At issue, Arum said was that after Top Rank and Crawford agreed to terms on the Brook fight, Crawford had the contract for 2 weeks, but declined to sign the paperwork. Arum wanted it signed so they could launch the promotion in a major way during the Vasily Lomachenko Teofimo Lopez telecast on October 17th, which averaged a very strong 1.534 million viewers for the entire 5-hour and 47-minute broadcast, including an average of 2.72 million viewers for the main event. Crawford wound up signing the paperwork during the telecast, leading only a brief mention of the upcoming fight. I mean, maybe his team needed the 2 weeks to look over the contract. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe, because if you're going back and forth, you know what I'm saying, and the contract is done, then both sides just pretty much got to proofread it. I mean, that's how it goes. Like, because y'all lawyers in there hammering out the deals, and then y'all just bring the contract back to y'all camp, and y'all just proofreading it. So it don't take 2 weeks to proofread it. So I feel Bob on that point. I feel Bob on that point. And Bob says, we kept telling them sign the fucking contract because what they were up to was to start promoting it, not have a signed contract and start a renegotiation. I wanted a signed contract. They had it for 2 weeks. If it was up to me, I couldn't handle it. Another Crawford fight. I'm too old to handle this. I've taken it off my agenda, whatever Todd wants to do. Oh, my God. Bob said he's taking Terence off his agenda. Whatever Bob wants to do. I mean, whatever Todd wants to do. Man, oh, man, oh, man. Man, oh, man, oh, man. This is explosive shit right now, y'all. The man said he's taking Terence Crawford off his agenda. Meaning, I mean, in my interpretation, are we going to see Bob at future top-ranked Terence Crawford events? It may be 1 or 2 more before October, you know what I'm saying, come. Will we see Bob at another Terence Crawford fight? Or is he completely not even interested in watching Bud fight anymore? He said he's too old for this shit. He got too emotional. I can't handle this. I've taken it off my agenda. These are all quotes that Bob Arum said within this article. Explosive shit right now, man. Explosive shit right now, man. Bob is being, Bob is being real, man, I guess. Bob is being real. Bob is being real. I mean, I guess. From his standpoint, he telling his truth. From his standpoint, he telling his truth. He the one that's paying. He the one that's paying. He the one that's got, I mean, I don't want to say outsmarted because of the pandemic and Errol Spence car wreck, so it was kind of hard to offer Errol Spence a fight in 2020. But then again, ain't no friendship in business. Ain't nothing personal in business. It's just business. It's just business. And Terence Crawford team, they wanted to recoup that $1 million that was promised to them if an offer wasn't made to Spence in 2020. Shrewd business. Like what Floyd Mayweather always say about Al Heyman? Why people don't like Al Heyman? Why other promoters don't like Al Heyman? Because he's a shrewd businessman. Crawford is no different. Crawford's camp, his team, his lawyers, his manager is no different. They shrewd businessmen. And you got to respect that. You got to, if you don't like it, you got to respect it. At the end of the day, I'm going to tell you how you know you either lost, won, or feel like you justified a business deal. The number one reason you feel like you won a business deal is you feel like you're getting over on your competition. Number two reason you lose a business deal because you feel like your competition is taking advantage of you. Now, look at those two scenarios. Who is the first scenario that I said? That would be Terence Crawford. He know he's pretty much winning this business deal right now. The second person is Bob Arum. Bob Arum is actually, for a lawyer, maybe for the first time in his promotional history, doesn't have a deal that benefits him. And the third reason when you feel like a deal is justified, when both sides feel like they got something, but they gave something too. And right now, both sides not feeling like that. One side feeling like they've been swindled. They've been swindled. And the other side feeling like they doing what they do. All right. After Crawford stopped Brooke, Arum made his controversial comments to The Athletic, saying of Crawford, he got to promote himself like Lopez does. He got to promote himself like Shakur Stevenson does, like Floyd Mayweather did, like Manny Pacquiao did. If he doesn't, then who the fuck needs him? He may be the greatest fighter in the world, but hey, I ain't going bankrupt promoting him. Then he said he doubled down the same week. The question is, do we want to keep him? I could build a house in Beverly Hills on the money I lost on him on these last 3 fights. A beautiful home. Nobody questions Crawford's innate tremendous ability by beating a natural bigger guy, Brooke, decisively. That's a big statement that he's making. The question is, does he pay the bills? Oh, he got to pay your bills now, huh, Bob? Look, you can have the greatest opera singer in the world. If the fans don't support it, you're out of business. Man, this sounds like a dude that is really heartbroken, man. I mean, he sounds super emotional. And I know he just speaking his truth, and maybe he is emotional. Maybe he feel like he you know what I'm saying, got Crawford when he really wasn't nothing and brought him all the way up to pound for pound #1 in the world. What up, Majid? What up, Black Caesar? What up, John Tom? So maybe he feels a little bit more of an emotional connection towards Crawford, seeing his growth and seeing what he's become. But man, ain't no love in the heart of the city. Ain't no love, baby. Ain't no love. It's just business. That's all it is. It's just business, y'all. And Bob Arum needs to understand that. Their business going to be conducted maybe for the first time in your promotional history on the fighter's terms, not yours. The link to the article, if you want to read it, is on BoxingScene. The link to the article is in the description box on YouTube. If you want to read the article, man, it's a damn good read. It's a damn good read, y'all. Damn good read. All right, so, and it's pretty much, it's long as shit, too. Another issue that has caused a rift between Arum and Crawford is the inability to make a meaningful welterweight fight for Crawford, who, after becoming the undisputed junior welterweight champion in 2017, moved up in his first fight and won a belt, but has so far not had the opportunity to face the elite of the division. Those fighters include Spence, title holder, Pacquiao, title holder, former title holders, and Sean Porter, Keith Thurman, Danny Garcia are aligned with premier boxing champions, making putting a fight with Crawford together difficult. The most significant fight for Crawford, 37-0, 28 KOs, 33 years old, Omaha, Nebraska, will be against Errol Spence Jr., 26-0, 21 KOs, 30 of DeSoto, Texas, provided Spence gets past Garcia on December 5th. While Arum agrees that Crawford Spence is a very attractive fight, he said the financial expectation from the boxers combined with the current conditions related to the coronavirus pandemic make it a non-starter for now. In addition to the attendance restrictions at whatever arena would host a potential fight, there are other factors, Arum said. An essential element. Now, this is Bob Arum speaking right here, y'all. This is all quoted right here. It's Bob Arum. An essential element to all the big pay-per-views is the closed circuit, the bars, the restaurant, he said. They can account anywhere from $3 million to $5 million to the bottom line. That's not going to be available. And the price of the pay-per-view is too fucking high because the cut that the satellite and cable system take is way too much, in my opinion. They're down to taking 40%, but that's too much. Will the people be willing to have 10 or 12 people in their home to watch the telecast? And will people have the money to buy it? I'm not crazy, but I watch television and there are thousands of people outside of food banks. Those people are not customers because they don't have the money. So what the fuck are we talking about? Hey, I'm not gonna lie. Bob made some good points. I mean, in some cities, bars and restaurants are kind of open and they kind of have a restriction on capacity and they're like spaced out. And I mean, so Bob has a point, like, are the restaurants and bars going to be interested in buying a Crawford fight if they can't have the paying customer come in and buy beers and buy food and all that kind of shit so that they can possibly make money off the pay-per-view? You know what I'm saying? The movie theaters, fights are shown at the movie theaters, you know what I'm saying, sometimes. Those things are like shut down. Like nobody goes to the movies no more. They can't go to the movies. Coronavirus has shut a lot of shit down. So Bob Arum is right. The expectation of what the fighters want in the cut that the satellite provider is taking 40%. Satellite and the cable providers are taking 40% of the pay-per-view off top. So that leaves 60% for the promoter, for the network, for the fighter. I mean, and then you got no live gate. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you do have a live gate, it's only going to be at like 33% capacity. So you can't really fill it up how you would if you had 100% capacity. So I understand what Bob is saying right there. So I'm not even mad at him saying that he is not really interested in a fight with Errol Spence Jr. at this moment. It just doesn't make a lot of sense for Bob. It don't. I mean, it don't. If Bob had Errol Spence under the same umbrella as a Terence Crawford, it would make sense. It would make sense. But since Bob don't have him under the same umbrella, it don't really make sense. You know what I'm saying? That's why the fight ain't getting made, because of the coronavirus pandemic that's going on right now, which make it hard for the promoters to get their live gate and their concession and their merchandise. A lot go in parking. I mean, a lot goes into that shit, man. A lot of money is made at these boxing events. I don't know if you know. A lot of money has been made at these boxing events. So with that being said, man, I feel what Bob Arum's saying. He said if the fight was made and there could be the normal attendance at the MGM Grand, for example, Arum estimated the gate would be around $7 million, with the closed circuit revenue adding another $3 to $4 million to the pot. You're putting the $10 million in, and even the pay-per-view does 400,000 buys. You still have enough to pay the fighters, but you can't replace the $10 million. So the gate and the closed circuit can't be replaced, Bob is saying. I see what he's saying. Arum also was vocal about Spence's recent declaration that he would insist on the lion's share of a 60-40 split of the money. Bob says, who even pays attention to that? If Spence advisor and the PBC boss, Al Heyman, had to choose between doing that fight himself or doing that fight with us, he would opt to do it with us. Why? Because one, we would share the risk with him. But number two, more important, without us, he can't do the pay-per-view on ESPN Plus. Arum said that Heyman is well aware when Top Rank and PBC put on the heavyweight world title rematch between Fury and Deontay Wilder in February in a joint pay-per-view. Top Rank partner ESPN and PBC partner Fox, that nearly 1/3 of all domestic buys for the event came via ESPN Plus streaming service. How do you replace that? Anybody in boxing can get on ESPN Plus because we have a exclusive. 30% of people that bought the fight bought it on ESPN Plus. So if he wants to do the fight without our participation, be my guest. If he wanted to do it, he had to come to us, said we want to do it, I would give him permission. Damn, he said he'd give him permission. Damn, Bob. You got to give motherfucking Al Heyman permission? But I get what Bob's saying, because when you look at when you're looking at the UFC pay-per-view, right? The UFC, like you can actually buy the UFC pay-per-view inside of ESPN Plus. You know what I'm saying? So, but what Bob is saying, and like what I'm interpreting, you know what I'm saying? By buying the pay-per-view inside of ESPN Plus, you automatically cut the cable and satellite provider out. So you're cutting 30% of the pot that's coming directly back towards you. 30% of the pot is coming directly back towards the fighters and the promoters. And what Bob is saying is Al Heyman understands that having 1/3 of the pay-per-views being bought from ESPN Plus is a good thing for business, because that is essentially taking the cable and satellite provider out of the dynamic. And if that percentage rises, then that just means more money for the fighters and the promoters and the network. So I understand that. I get that. All right. He says we can work that out, but he's not getting on ESPN Plus doing it that way. The problem is that the guarantee that each of them want is unsustainable, estimating that each fighter would want a guarantee in the 10 million range. He offered a solution, however. The deal that should be done is PBC and us split the promotion and the fighters get a modest guarantee. And you do maybe a 80-20 or a 90 split in the fighter's favor on each side, like the way we used to do. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't gambling millions of dollars on this promotion. It's all well and good to talk about the fight, but who's going to pay for it? So Bob is doubling down, man. Bob is just like, man, I'm not fucking with that shit. I'm not doing it. The risk is too big. The risk is absolutely too big. And I mean, I can't say you're wrong. I can't say you're wrong. But Bob comments did provoke other promoters inside of boxing and outside of boxing.
Firstly, you got to love Bob Arum, haven't you? I mean, is he the most brutally honest individual you have ever seen? How can you possibly say what he said in front of his fighter? I mean, he's basically said, I've spent so much money on this guy, I'm not sure if he's worth it. I could have bought a nice house instead. I mean, that is what he said. I mean, I thought it was so disrespectful to Terence Crawford, to be honest with you. I mean, you've got this guy here who is pound for pound one of the best fighters in the world. As far as I'm concerned, that relationship's over. You could see by that interview that relationship's over. I believe his contract's up in October or something like that. And I don't blame Bob because he's too old to tell lies. Do you know what I mean? He just doesn't care. He doesn't care. So he's just like, I'm just going to tell you.
You're young enough to tell a couple lies.
Yeah, I'll tell a few. A couple of cheeky ones. But as Bob said when he was closer to my age, yesterday I was lying. Today I'm telling the truth, right? So, but I just feel like, and it's difficult, isn't it? Because you can say, you know, and I said the other day, you know, about women boxing, I said we have to raise the commercial value, and I think it's Heather Hardy come out and said, that's your job. You've got to raise the commercial value. And she's right to a sense, but you know, I don't think there's a lot that Terence Crawford can be doing. You know, does he need to do more media? Does he need to be more controversial? For me, you have to build on the foundations that you have when you're building a fighter. So let's look at Terence Crawford's foundations. He's an absolute superstar in Omaha, right? He's actually very funny, right? Very funny, very cheeky, and he has a very dry sense of humor. He's an unbelievable athlete. He's a very, very strong family man, and he's a very good role model. Mm-hmm. He's an absolute boxing expert, right? He knows about all fighters. He's probably a historian. You know, he does everything. So I'm just telling you as a Brit, and maybe as we're finding out, maybe it's a little bit different in the US. But for me, this guy actually has it all.
So there you have it, man. There you have it. Eddie Hearn saying Crawford has it all. You just got to know how to promote him. It's the promoter's job to promote. That's the title. That's their fucking title. Promoter. That is what, I mean, that is the, by definition. Hold on, man. Let me go with somebody, nigga. Hold on. Right quick, man. Promoters, man. A person or a company that finances or organizes a sporting event or theatrical production. A supporter of a cause or aim. You know what I'm saying? What are promoters? What is a promoter? I ain't looking for that one, nigga. Oh, fuck all that shit. But yeah, promoters promote, man. Fuck it. Shit. Promoters promote, man. At the end of the day, Bob ain't doing his job, man. Bob out here crying about doing his fucking job, and he ain't willing to do it. Eddie Hearn was mad about it. Also, Another person who was upset with what Bob Arum said. Dana White. Dana White came out and had this to say about what Bob Arum had to say.
Yeah, I didn't see how that whole thing played out, but I heard Bob Arum fucking little bitch crying about it. Fuck him. I had to throw that in there. I fucking hate that guy. Anyway.
Did you see his fight, not to bitch on Bob Arum, but he said that, I've lost so much money on Terence Crawford, I could build a house in Beverly Hills or something? Like,
you imagine if I said that? Are you fucking kidding me? You guys would murder me if I said that. I'd never hear the end of that. That's what you do. That's not his fucking problem. That's your problem. His problem isn't to figure out how you make money. You fucking signed a deal with this kid. Your job is to promote him. Your job is, you made a deal. All these kids that I signed, you know, and if you look right now at all the kids that we've signed and how many people we have on our roster is very inflated right now. We have a very, very big roster, the biggest roster we've ever had in the history of the company. I have to pay all these kids. How I pay them is not their fucking problem. It's my fucking problem. And this guy wants to go. Imagine me saying, I got to pay Conor McGregor fucking this much money. I could have built a house in Beverly Hills. Shut the fuck up, you fucking scumbag. Pay your fucking fighter what you owe him. That's your job. Bob Arum is a piece of fuck shit. Good night, everybody.
Goddamn, Dana, tell me how you really feel, Dana. God damn, Dana. Tell me how you really feel, youngin. Tell me how you really feel, boy. God, he ate Bob ass up, y'all. I ain't bullshitting. I ain't lying. Real A, man. But is he wrong? Is what Dana White saying is wrong? I don't see it as being wrong. I don't see it as being wrong at all. But yeah, man, that's pretty much it, man. Oh yeah. If anybody want to come on and give me y'all spiel, I mean, I want to know. Is Bob justified, or is Terence Crawford just a shrewd businessman? Is Terence Crawford just a shrewd businessman, or is Bob Arum actually justified in what he's saying? Y'all, if you want to come on, man, click that link, man. Talk to your boy. Sit back. Get your cup of tea if you're over in the UK. Get your goddamn late night snack if you're in the motherfucking US. I don't know what you're doing. Shit, do something. Shit, if not, we're gonna get on down, man, and get to another show. Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson said he's willing to fight Anthony Joshua, Fury, and Wilder. Mike, are you okay? Tim Johnson. Let me have my boy Tim right quick.
What up, Big Mike?
Your boy, man. What's good with you, homie?
What's up with you, Big Mike?
Just
man. Man, you know I had to jump on here, man. I seen you, you know what I'm saying, on here talking about Crawford. But man, you know what? Hey, man, listen, man. Like I said, well, my thing is, man, I've always thought Crawford has been misrepresented.
Real quick. Did Bud win this last fight?
Yeah, he won the last fight. Yes.
Who you picked that last fight?
Hey, Mike, I'm gonna eat my crow, man. You know me. Look, Mike, I ain't gonna come over here and floss. I'm gonna eat my crow. I picked Kell Brook to win.
My nigga.
You know what I'm saying? But I got it wrong.
Flow is yours.
I'm gonna eat my crow, Mike. But look here, man. Listen, I always thought, man, Crawford has been misrepresented, man, ever since he's been with Top Rank. And me personally, man, I don't see why listen, man, this has nothing to do with race or anything like that, but I don't see why any top prospect was signed with Top Rank, because we've seen the history with Top Rank. You can go back to Oscar De La Hoya when he was with Top Rank, Floyd Mayweather, you know what I'm saying, Mikey Garcia. They've all had issues.
Pause real quick.
Yeah.
The names you just named.
Yeah.
Oscar De La Hoya, who built him? Floyd Mayweather. Top Rank had Mikey Garcia. Motherfucker had they believe in Lomachenko was the number one fighter in the world with a loss.
Exactly. But listen,
on the way up.
But listen,
Crawford, like they know building what.
But listen. This is what I'm saying though. Mike. I can remember now, Mike. I know you go back. Me, you know what I'm saying? We old heads. I know you go back. Now you remember when Floyd came out of the Olympics, right?
My nigga, I'm gonna be 1,000% real with you. Like I tell everybody, I started watching boxing in 2016.
Well, look. Well, Mike, I'm not. Listen, I only started watching boxing. I only really got serious about boxing in like 90. It was like 98. You know what I'm saying? So as far as me really watching fights, I just go back to 98. Like I've seen some of the classics on YouTube, but me personally, as far as starting really getting into boxing was like 98. So me and you both kind of like, you know, we ain't as far back as some cats, but that don't disqualify us from talking about boxing.
Yeah, Breadman gave me some fights to watch, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna check them out. He Donald Curry, he said I gotta watch Donald Curry, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna check out Donald Curry probably later on the night when I lay down and shit.
Oh yeah, man. I mean that's what we do, man. Because like I said, man, my era is like the De La Hoya, Vargas, Trinidad, Winky Wright, B Hop, Shane Mosley, all when they was in their prime. That's when I really started watching boxing. But I have seen a lot of older fights on YouTube and you know what I'm saying, things like that to try to, you know what I'm saying, build up my, you know, my education in boxing.
So what about Floyd leaving and Mikey leaving and
yeah, what I was gonna say was here's the thing, right? When Floyd was with one of Floyd's biggest fights, right? At the time when he was, see what a lot of cats don't know is before he even got to Money Mayweather, he was Pretty Boy. And he was knocking motherfuckers out, you know what I'm saying, looking spectacular in the ring, you know what I'm saying, but they wasn't really promoting right. Remember when he fought, okay, well, you didn't really watch boxing at that time, but at the time when he fought Diego Corrales was like the killer at the lightweight division. You know what I'm saying? At the time, he was like 33-0 with like 30 KOs, and you know what I'm saying? All the major networks, like, well, back then we didn't have like, you know, social media like we got now, but like ESPN, HBO was like the boxing, that was the big, you know what I'm saying? HBO boxing was the shit back then. And then, you know what I'm saying, ESPN and USA Today, you know what I'm saying, had their commentary. But Diego Corrales, man, was the man. And Mayweather went in there, man, and dusted him, knocked him down 6 times. His father threw in the towel. Diego Corrales, rest in peace. You know what I'm saying? But and Floyd could never really get, you know what I'm saying, he was with Top Rank at that time. And you know, Top Rank really wasn't putting him out there like he should be fighting De La Hoya, or he should be, you know what I'm saying, trying to match him up with Shane Mosley. You know, they kept trying to give him these fighters that, you know, you knew Floyd was gonna wash these dudes, but it was like that Top Rank diet. You know, they was giving him these fighters that, you know what I'm saying, and it's the same thing with Crawford. Like, he's ultra talented, but my thing is with Crawford, man, like, okay, when he fought Gamboa, when he beat Gamboa at that time, I think that's when they really should have pushed him out there and started really trying to get him these fights. Like, I mean, he's got decent names on his resume, but like, man, Crawford is he's to me, he's too talented to fight a green machine. He's too talented to fight an Ndongo. You know what I mean? Like, even though the Ndongo fight was for the undisputed, yeah, and I get that.
What you want? I mean, Ndongo got the belts. Ndongo went over there and beat the other 2 champions. I mean, he did what he had to do.
True. That's true. But what I'm saying is, Crawford, listen, okay, he's 33 now, right?
What you're saying is, man, Crawford is just a victim of circumstance, man.
But he's a victim of his own circumstance too, because like, my thing is, like, listen, when his contract was up, right? Even we don't know.
Was Jeff Horn supposed to win that fight?
Listen, man, look, people can say what they want. Jeff Horn, listen.
Man, he had the belt. Crawford was going to move up and fight Manny Pacquiao for that WBO belt. Come on.
No. But see, no, hold on, Mike. Remember though.
That Manny.
Listen, remember. And see, Bob Arum slick, though. He's slick as shit. See, what he doing is he keep dangling that carrot out there in front of Crawford, like, you going to get the Pacquiao fight. Okay, remember, just 4 years ago, you know what I'm saying? It was promised to Crawford. As a matter of fact, I think it was after he beat Hank Lundy. You know, they was pumping it up like it was either Hank Lundy after the Hank Lundy fight or the Derek Jean fight where they were like, yo, man, we want to see him against Pacquiao. And Bob Arum stopped the fight. Bob Arum said he did not want Terence Crawford to go in there and hurt Manny Pacquiao. He stopped, like basically he pretty much stopped Crawford from getting that fight. He could have lined Crawford up. He let Teofimo Lopez fight Lomachenko, but he didn't want to give Crawford that shine. That right there was when he should have left Top Rank. Because imagine if he would have got the Pacquiao fight then, and we know he would have beat Pacquiao. Imagine how much more luster would be on Crawford now. I mean, he got luster, but imagine how much more. And Bob Arum came out publicly and said that he's the one who stopped that fight. He knew Terence Crawford wanted that fight, and Terence Crawford was in position to fight Manny Pacquiao. And Bob Arum, your own promoter, tells the media and the public, I don't want to see Manny Pacquiao get hurt. This was 4 years ago. That right there was like, pretty much like, that's a legacy fight.
That's like a negotiation tactic, man. He trying to insinuate to the Manny Pacquiao camp that they can't beat Crawford, and he knows Manny Pacquiao is a fighter. And hearing Bob Arum say that, he thought that it may entice Pacquiao a little bit, man. He just using the media to manipulate, you know what I'm saying? And Pacquiao gonna hit her. What? I can't beat him. I'm scared of him.
But hold up. But you got to remember, at that time, Pacquiao was under Top Rank, so they were stablemates already.
I mean,
because Pacquiao was so.
I seen Freddie Roach say this shit. We don't want to fight that guy.
That's true. That's true.
He's big.
That's true.
That's true. Like their camp was gun ho about fighting Terence Crawford. I mean, if they can make the fight,
is true,
and do it over in the Middle East, I'm all for it. You know what I'm saying? But if they can't, I mean, Pacquiao is he's a link, but he's not a link that people are really thrusting into that top two. We want to see Bud. I mean,
of course, the only thing that Pacquiao has is that other strap. You know what I'm saying? That he's the key. He's the key to the undisputed. And with him holding that strap, man, I really feel like he's holding up the progress, because like if Crawford can get that Pacquiao fight, and I know, Mike, I know where you stand on the whole 60-40 thing, and I have a different view. I don't really think. I think when Errol said, like, he was like, yo, he said he thinks he deserves 60-40, but he said also that, you know, everything would happen at the table. So that kind of left it open to like, hey, I'm open to even 50-50, but we got to come to the table. You know, and then Crawford, you know, he heard that, but then Crawford was like, nah, well, I got to get the 60-40. But anyway, with that WBA strap, man, is the key, because without that, I don't think we're gonna get the fight, because I don't think, you know, and neither one of them are gonna get the Pacquiao fight, because like Crawford said, he don't need Spence. Guess what Manny Pacquiao doing? He's sitting back laughing at both of them, like, look, I don't need either one of y'all. My legacy is set. He don't need Spence or Crawford. So and I gotta get on Spence, because Spence out here hollering about he want Pacquiao. Pacquiao ain't gonna fight Spence, and he ain't gonna fight Crawford. So they might as well cancel that idea. So they might as well just go ahead and just get the negotiations going so they can fight each other, because neither one of them gonna get Pacquiao. He gonna go ahead and fight Mikey Garcia, you know what I'm saying, get that bag, and then he gonna go on over and fight Conor McGregor and get that cash out. You know what I'm saying? He's not gonna step in the ring with either. He's not gonna step in the ring with Crawford or Spence, and we both know this, Mike. You a Bud fan, I'm a Spence fan, and we know neither one of our fighters is gonna get that Pacquiao fight.
Yeah, I don't think either one of them. I mean, I don't think Pacquiao really interested in fighting either one of them. He got in the ring with Spence, but we ain't seen that happen.
Facts.
And Crawford been chasing him for years now, so I don't think Pacquiao has any interest, man. But I'm gonna get ready for another show, man. We got almost an hour in. I wasn't expecting to go an hour, but shit, damn. Anything else you want to say, man, before I hop off?
No, man. Hey, man, look, hey, man, every time I see you in there, I'm trying to show you love, man. Just thumb you up all the time, like your videos, comment, and just keep up the great content, bro.
Appreciate it.
Keep doing your thing, man.
Thank you, homie.
You already know. One love, yo.
Yeah, big up to my guy Tim Johnson out there, man. All right, y'all, man. Y'all already know how we get down, man. Bob Arum talking that shit, man. Y'all know how Bob do. Bob one of them guys that shit. He's gonna say what he gonna say what he gonna say. He gonna say what he gonna say, man. And at the end of the day, it's like this, man. Bob is losing money. Bob is losing money. And he is in a contract to October 2021 that he might even lose more money. So we'll see, man, how it plays out. We'll see how this soap opera saga unfolds. But till next time, man, y'all catch me in about, 20 minutes? Coming back with that Mike Tyson show. Now, that's going to be a very, very short show, but just want to get y'all reactions to what Mike said about possibly fighting Joshua, Fury, and Wilder for charity, though. He won't do it. He won't do it for charity. So we're going to see how much charity, we're going to give him. But till next time, yes, sir. Drop that beat on.
Sometimes you got to give people their flowers. While they can still smell them. Mark Nash. Michael Gross, the boss. My nigga. My brother. Let's get this shit done, Mike. We all love sports, right? Mike Gross, the boss. This is Mike on sports. He smoke competition, same time smoke a port. When it comes to debating, he's one of the greatest. Put him on the A-list over Kellerman and Bayless. If you missed the show, couldn't make it, just log on and click the playlist. That boy always working, not to be played with. Hit subscribe and the bell for the latest. Mike Gross, the boss. Mike on sports. Right there from first bell, tip up and coin toss. Mike Gross, the boss. Mike on sports. He call it how he see it. Either you won or you lost. Big games, big fights, rolling dubs up. You like the content, hater? Click the thumbs up. Cashapp, super chat, go all in. But do your research first before you call in.
Been waiting on. And yes, I am back. I am back.